What's going on, everybody? Breaking out the brooms tonight here in Philly. Tyler Mroz, Heat Ratio Sports Phillies post-game show. And I get to talk about a post-game show where the Phillies swept the Tampa Bay Rays. They win tonight's game 3-2. They get not only the series win, but they also, like we mentioned, they get the sweep on Weston Wilson's birthday. So happy birthday to him. Players of the game, he is unfortunately not one of them. They get the game-winning or go-ahead RBI. But Nick Castellanos, 1 for 2, a homer, 2 RBIs, 2 runs. Had that 2-run home run. It was very close in the first inning. So after that, he walked, and he was also hit by a pitch again. Did not look intentional tonight. Just looked like a wild pitch. But nonetheless, Nick Castellanos was the MVP tonight on the offensive side. And like, if you watch this channel, you know Tony. Tony always has been preaching that Nick Castellanos has been the Phillies MVP this season. I don't know if I would say that he's been the team's MVP, but he has been one of, if not the most important players in the lineup. He's played every game. So do with that what you build. The best ability is availability. So Nick Castellanos, 20th home run on the year, adding to a pretty solid season for him. And then talk about the bullpen. They have been phenomenal during this series. Carlos Estevez gave up a run in the 9th in the first game, but I mean, it's all right because Cody Clemens walked it off. And then you saw last night, did not allow a run. They came in and shut it down. And then tonight, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs. Carlos Estevez got the save. So we had a win and a save during this series. Matt Strahm came in. He looked really good as well. As always, shout out to Matt Strahm. Shout out to Dave Dombrowski for signing him last year. He went from a guy that would start in bullpen games. He would maybe go 4 or 5 innings. And this year, all-star lights-out reliever. And he's not closing out games, but he's pitching in the 7th or 8th inning in high-leverage situations. So shout out to Matt Strahm and Dave Dombrowski for really adding something, a really great left-hander. He was what Jose Alvarado was. He was that number 1 lefty. Now it's Matt Strahm. And speaking of Jose Alvarado, he came in tonight, 1 inning. The only strikeout of the bullpen was from Jose Alvarado tonight. So shout out to him. He has looked much better since coming off Wheeler. 1 of 200 strikeout. Yeah, he is 1 off a really great season from Zach Wheeler. He was one of the keys to the game. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 9 strikeouts. Unfortunately, his ERA did go up 2 points. So a tight battle with Chris Sale. Chris Sale had a shutout performance the other day. Zach Wheeler did give up 2 runs today. Struck out 9. 4 hits. Still a really, really good game for Wheeler. But I unfortunately think Chris Sale is starting to pull away with that Cy Young a little bit. But his next start is coming against the Dodgers. So we will see. And the Braves lost tonight. So maybe momentum shifts there. But we also talked about Bryson Stott. He didn't really do much today. He was 0 for 4. But at least Trey Turner he got a hit. He was one of the runs he scored on the Castellanos home run. So getting on base. He had that single in the first inning, and then Castellanos obviously hits the home run right after that. But Bryson Stott, it was a good enough game to where he didn't have to perform all that well. I don't really like him in the leadoff spot. I would try to put Trey Turner there if there's games where Kyle Schwarber doesn't play. And we don't even know if he's going to be back on Friday. I would assume so because he was supposed to be back tonight, but he was scratched last second because of he still had some soreness in his left elbow. But we'll talk more about him and JT Realmuto. But yeah, bottom of the lineup too. Weston Wilson, we mentioned he got that go-ahead RBI. And then Johan Rojas, he also went 1 for 3 tonight. One of the Phillies' most consistent hitters since the beginning of August. So shout out Johan Rojas for finally seemingly figuring out how to finally be a decent offensive bat. I do think he should play over Austin Hayes just for defensive purposes. I like Rojas in center and Marsh in left field. And I just like Austin Hayes as like a platoon guy. I really do like Austin Hayes. Don't get me wrong. And I don't know. I feel like Johan Rojas with his developments in offense, I think he should be the one to start. Because if you compare their stats with the Phillies, Hayes this year, 19 games, 254 average, 275 on base, 648 OPS, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. And then you go to Johan Rojas. He is batting 243 on the season, a 280 average, 599 OPS, 3 homers, 30 RBIs. He's a contact guy. He's not like Austin Hayes. And he's fast and he's got really good defense. I really like Austin Hayes. I think he should be the first guy off the bench in that outfield. But I do think Johan Rojas has cemented himself as the center fielder. But knowing Rob Thompson, once Austin Hayes gets back, I do believe that Hayes will be back as the full-time left fielder, and then Marsh and Rojas will platoon, even Marsh has had a really better second half. He's striking out at a ridiculous amount in August, but so far in September, Brandon Marsh has been pretty good. Tonight, he did go 1 for 4, but hey, you get one hit, that's okay. And speaking of getting one, let's see how we did on the triple play tonight. Now we went 1 for 3. We did hit the Zach Wheeler over 7.5 strikeouts so it was 7.5. He got to 9. So we hit that. Bryce Harper was 0 for. Aramis Garcia was 0 for. He had that really awesome play in the top of the 9th, threw out the runner at second base. A great throw by Garcia, a great pick by Trey Turner. So shout out to Aramis Garcia. It may not have done anything on offense, but he had an impact on the game in one way. So you love to see that. But the Bryson Stott homer, he was also 0 for. Almost said Nick Castellanos, but did not. I was thinking it was like either Stott, Marsh, maybe Casty gets revenge from yesterday. And, of course, Casty goes yard in his first at-bat. So, yeah, we did hit the Zach Wheeler over 7.5 strikeouts. We always say here with the triple play, do it in the parlay, bet it separately, and you still hit one. That's still really good money. So, again, go to Win Daily, use that promo code HEAT. You get your scratch and save. So, again, we hit the Zach Wheeler over 7.5, only one we hit tonight, but that's okay. You hit one, you win some money. So, one night, it's really, really good. Going to the playoff tracker, Dodgers are playing the Cubs tonight at 10 p.m. I know Bobby Miller is pitching for them. He has been abysmal. He has over a 7 ERA, something ridiculous. 7.79 ERA, 50 innings, but still, you have a 7.79 ERA. That is pretty abysmal. And then Jordan Wicks has a 4.03 ERA on the mound for the Cubs. Cubs are actually on an 8-game road win streak. So I mentioned how they've been red hot. They're only 4 games back from that final wild card spot. It might be more now that the Mets won. But speaking of the Mets, mentioned earlier, they came back against the Blue Jays. Blue Jays had a no-hitter going into the 9th inning. Francisco Lindor hits a leadoff home run and then just completely collapsed. Mets end up winning 6-2. So they get the edge. And the Braves, they lost to the Nationals 5-1. They are now a full game out of the final wild card spot. Mets have off tomorrow, I believe, because you got the weekend series coming up in Philly, I believe. Do the Braves have off too? Yeah. Only team between Mets, Braves, Brewers, Dodgers. Brewers finish off their series tomorrow. Not really a great pitching matchup, and that's about it. Everybody has off. Not much MLB action tomorrow night, but that's okay because there is Thursday night football. Dolphins, Bills. That is going to be a great game. Josh Allen, Tua. So I'm really excited for that game. I have a couple guys. I have Allen as my quarterback in one league. I have Tyreek Hill in another. I have James Cook and Dalton Kincaid in another. So a lot of fantasy implications for myself, and I know probably a good amount of you watching because there are a lot of good fantasy players on both of their teams. Going not just Philly moments tonight. We talked about this is usually through the first half is the recap of the game and the leading up to the game. In the second half, we just talk about other stuff. So, like, what's going on? Not much has happened since the pregame show. Aaron Judge and Juan Soto did just become the first Yankees teammates since 2011 to get both 100 plus RBIs. Juan Soto hit his 39th home run of the year. So Judge is probably going to hit well over 60. Juan Soto going to get 40. Is he going to get 50? I don't think so, but he will most likely get 40 home runs. What's Judge at right now? He was at 56 the last time I checked. 51. Why was I thinking 56? So he's at 51 right now. Oh, when was his last home run? Because he was, oh my goodness. Aaron Judge has not hit a home run since August 25th. So he is in a home run drought. He's in a little bit of a slump too. But yeah, no home runs. Everybody thought for sure he was going to get over 60 and break that American League record that he set with 63? That was a couple years ago, 62. Yeah, so everybody was thinking he's going to get 63. I don't even know if he's going to be able to tie that now. There's 2.5, 3 weeks left in the season, and he has to hit 12 home runs to tie it, 13 to take the lead. I mean, it's Aaron Judge, so nothing's impossible, but that seems like a stretch. But I don't even know if he's going to get to 60. So I think he'll finish around like 59, 58. I don't think he's going to get over 60. I mean, it's Aaron Judge, though. He could hit 5 home runs in a game, and then boom, he's right on track to break that record. And then speaking of the American League East, James Paxton, left-hander, currently on the Red Sox. He's been on the injured list. He was on the 60-day IL, and I believe May. He's going to retire at the end of the season. He said that's his plan. So a long-time pitcher is finally retiring. Decent career. Let's look at his career stats. I always remembered him as like a decent left-handed pitcher. Baseball Reference. Let's load that up. I always use that for my baseball stats. Let's see, James Paxton in his career. Where's the ERA? A 3.77 ERA. Spent 7 years in Seattle, 2 in Boston, 2 at the Yankees, 1 with the Dodgers. This year has only appeared in 3 games. 4.09 ERA, not much. Hasn't really pitched. Hasn't pitched over 100 innings. 20. Oh, wait, no, he was on the Dodgers this year. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was. 4.43 ERA. 100 innings pitched, the most since 2019. So shout out to James Paxton. Hopefully, if he does, in fact, retire, that he enjoys it. A solid career in the major leagues. And then huge news in the WNBA, A'ja Wilson. She just broke the single season scoring record in the WNBA. So WNBA on the rise. You have Caitlin Clark, you have Angel Reese, obviously Sabria Ionescu, and now A'ja Wilson, who is she is not talked about enough. I mean, she is the best player in that league. I don't even really think that it's close. And she just broke the all-time season scoring record. So shout out to her. She has been phenomenal. MVP, no doubt. She's one of the big reasons as to why the WNBA is on the rise. It's not just Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese is right in that sense, where it's not just Caitlin Clark, because you got people like A'ja Wilson who are balling out. And then football, there was that whole Shannon Sharp incident. He was on Instagram, live on Instagram, and there was some other activities going on, but he claims he was hacked. So that's like the only thing that would really happen. It was quite the interesting situation. UFC Noche, aka UFC 306. That's happening Saturday night. I'll be talking about it for the pregame show, probably the postgame show for the Phillies on Saturday. That's most likely when I'll make my official predictions, because the event will probably start around there. It's in the Sphere in Las Vegas. Dana White is hyping this up to be a one-time only thing. This is the only time we're doing this in the Sphere. It is UFC Noche, so it's celebrating Mexico's Independence Day, so Mexican heritage. Really cool theming. Main event, Bantamweight Championship, Sean O'Malley, Mroz Davishvili, rooting for O'Malley. I think he wins by TKO, spoiler alert. So that might be a little bonus bet. Maybe we'll do a little HRS triple play for UFC Noche. So we shall see. We got David checking in, watching from Cedar Hill, Texas. Man, that's awesome. Cowboys fan? I hope not. That would really stink. If you are a Cowboys fan, come to the green side. Join the Eagles fandom. You see it right there. So much better than Jerry's Land. You don't have to watch your Super Bowls on VHS. You can watch it on a DVD or streaming wherever it's on now. But yeah, if you're not already an Eagles fan, you should definitely join the Bird Gang. Weekend series against the Mets. Huge, 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 huge. This is where you will really see the Phillies, what the kind of team they are. The Mets have won 11 of their last 12 games. It's at home. So Phillies, one of the best team at home. They have a 50-25 record at home. So I do think this series is going to go well. Jose Quintana on the mound for the Mets. Game 1, 8-9, a 4.09 ERA. He is a lefty, so I would expect Weston Wilson to play. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Buddy Kennedy's in, if Kyle Schwarber cannot be in. But JT Realmuto, they said he could be back for Friday. Going to look on Twitter now, see if Rob Thompson gave any updates during his post-game press conference, because usually I do these, and then, of course, something happens as soon as I end the stream where I'm like, oh, is this person going to come back? Like, I don't know. We got to wait and hear what Rob Thompson says, and he always says it right after we get off. So let's see. Did he have it yet? I don't think so. No, but we'll get an update on JT and Schwarber hopefully soon. Again, it's Jose Quintana. So maybe even Aramis Garcia, because it is a lefty. I don't know if they want Stubbs, but Stubbs had the night off today. Garcia didn't do all that well on offense. So I would assume Garrett Stubbs is going to play. So we shall see. A'ja Wilson, she does have a real chance to become one of the greatest women basketball player in history. Let's go to Basketball Reference just to pull up her career stats, because she has been unbelievable for the Aces for the whole game of the WNBA. So A'ja Wilson. Her career numbers: 21 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. This year, 27.3 points. I round up. She's at 11.9 rebounds. So 12 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 52 from the field, 34 from 3, 85.5 from the free throw line. She's been, a 2-time MVP already. She's won 2 consecutive Defensive Player of the Years. Just unbelievable. I think she's well on pace to being the greatest women's basketball player of all time. I know all these new viewers, Caitlin Clark, she's on pace. Easy on the Caitlin Clark. She is a rookie. She has a long way to go. A'ja Wilson has been in the league since 2018, and she has been an all-star in all but one. And the only one she wasn't was 2020, and really 2020 was a COVID year, so do you even really count that? But she is unbelievable. Really, I agree with you, David. She does have a real chance at becoming the greatest women's basketball player of all time. I think she's, I don't know, off the top of my head, she might even be top 5 already after this season. She may have solidified that. But pregame live Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. There is no Phillies tomorrow. They get the day off, get the rest before the Mets come in. So not sure what's going to be on the channel tomorrow. I'm sure Tony's going to go live with some bets. Maybe I'll hop on here, do maybe a little pregame for Dolphins-Bills, but we shall see nonetheless. For sure, pregame live on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Phillies-Mets, huge series. Maybe I'll share some old stories about my experiences with the New York Mets. So stay tuned for that. So have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. For Heat Ratio Sports, I've been Tyler Mroz. Make sure you're liking, following, subscribing, pressing that notification bell. Get notified as soon as we go live. So make sure you're doing that. Plenty to come here at Heat Ratio Sports. Honored to be a part of it. And hopefully you guys can join us as well on this awesome journey. Wouldn't want to be doing anything else. So have a good night, everyone. See you all either tomorrow or Friday. Stay safe. And as always, stay fresh, my friends.